Got the dick in the booty buried. Ooh.
My man is missing, and you're all just here, what? Waiting for him to wander back through the gate?
Mr. Halftown, we are trying, but we don't have the manpower.
And now half my crew thinks your little band of convicts is just waiting to drag us off and scrap us for organs.
Mr. Halftown, our security officer has been put into the infirmary trying to find your worker. We're doing everything we can. All I ask is that you and your crew be patient. You have nothing to fear from us convicts. We are handling it.
Then get it done. Or else we are going to have problems.
You have my word. I'm sorry, love, but the Elios retreat isn't taking new residents right now.
You kind of burnt up.
Had some issues. A missing person chief among them. But you're welcome to rest up and refuel here as long as you'd like. So long as there's no bounty hunter after you that's going to kick my brand new door off its hinges. That the truth? Because I can't say it's going to be easy work. But if you found the construction crew's missing man, we'd all owe you. You don't know how happy I am to hear it. But if you're going to be helping us, well, you should know who it is you're working with first. The staff here, we come from some challenging backgrounds. Nearly all of us have spent time behind bars at one point or another. But our plan is to make this place, the retreat, into something we wish we'd all had. A place to help the galaxy's incarcerated get themselves on firmer footing. We'll bring them here, pay off their bounties, get them job training and a support network. Help them build regular, stable, boring lives to keep them out of the system for good. But I won't pretend that that sort of work doesn't make some people uncomfortable, so I just wanted to make sure you were aware before you signed on. You are a lifesaver.
Yeah,
First
you
place
know,
you'll
you
want to
know.
start is the infirmary. Our security officer, Greg D'Angelo,
I
was in the process of tracking
kind
a
of
missing
resonate
person,
with
a
programs
Mr.
like this
Tillman,
because it's
but
like,
was
you know,
injured in the process.
you
He
get,
should be able
especially
to
the
get you
U.S.
pointed in the right
justice
direction.
system, you know, it's like they be having your ass tumbling in that bitch.
Oh, see? This is lovely. A quaint little detour on the edge of the unknown.
Yeah, he out there. He out there dicking Asriel. That's what he's doing. He's dicking down Asriel from Undertale. That's what he doing. Like that's another motherfucking game. I wish would like just straight up.
I guess they have a vision of some kind. It seems weird, but hey, it's their place.
Would just go ahead and just copy the Final Fantasy format and then you know instead of that. Well, you know that the SMT format is whatever, but like it's whatever. But we got bitch ass. I wish you know you could just have multiple dudes like in doggone Baldur's Gate 3 where you just had multiple dudes in your party except for one motherfucker all the time.
Who are you? Can't the guy heal in peace? Sloan found someone else, huh? Well, hopefully, you'll have better luck than I did. I managed to turn up some tracks outside the facility. Bit of a hike, though. Not sure if they were Killman's, but Ixal's not exactly a bustling metropolis. There was a cave system I scanned nearby, but I got attacked before I could look any further. Next place I was planning to visit once I was on my feet again. I'd start there.
Alright, do.
Look here.
No! No! I'm not going back! Stay away! Oh God, please, please don't put me back in the bag. I'll do whatever you say, just please, not the bag.
Would it hurt you to be a little comforting to the guy? Regardless, we're here to bring you back to safety.
Oh, thank God. You don't know what that... Oh, come on, let's get out of here.
What's on your mind?
You do know the way back, right?
Mother of God, kid. What happened?
I was walking out, and someone threw a bag over my head. They took me... I don't know. It smelled like the inside of a first aid kit. I had to sleep on a steel floor and...
Which one of you crooks bagged him, huh?
Us? Why the hell would we do that? Waste of a perfectly good bag.
You're rambling, kid. Come on. Let's get you cleaned up. You smell like used welder's gear.
Mr. Halftown, I have some medical training. I'd be happy to.
You stay away from her. I want whoever kidnapped my man found and dealt with, understand? I don't care if it's one of your people or mine or a fucking ghost. Find them.
Of course. We'll do what we can. But...
I'm not interested in excuses. I need to know who did this. Just find my man's kidnapper now.
I never thought I'd be excited to see this place again.
I guess it might have been a bit naive for me to hope for a happy reconciliation, but you brought him back safe.
Yeah, dude's an asshole.
That's what's important. Here, you have my sincerest thanks. But now, we've got a whole new thread to pull on. What are the chances I'd be able to convince you to help us find our kidnapper? Fine. I'm sure I can convince Nevin to trim some fat in the construction budget. Now, Mr. Kilman didn't seem to have a lot of information, but I caught at least one or two bits I think could help us find our kidnapper. That's right. Not a lot of proper facilities like that in the area. Which makes me think... there was a building we were evaluating as a possible site for the retreat not far from here. An old research outpost. Seems like a decent match for the description of our kidnapper's hideaway. Here, the facility's coordinates. Head out there and see what you can find.
I wonder what in the world these things are. What they got? They make batteries or something? Abandoned outpost. Who am I gonna shoot?
aren't using it anymore.
Bitch ass Barrett.
Quit it!
Oh, I thought Sarah Morgan was born. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Put them cheeks on, bitch. I ain't doing all that damn work. Yeah, this I was kind of upset that I couldn't find
All systems.
what you call oh yeah, well, this action will cost a son of a bitch. Well, this action will cost a digipick. Yeah, unfortunately for him. Unfortunately for him, I got unlimited Renamon pussy ground crew spacesuit. He got this whole house to himself out here with his robots. He was in front of the laser, Bazaret. He walks right in front of the beams. And then Barrett's quest line, you gotta like you gotta be paying out to that motherfucker too. Like, oh yeah, I need I'm hiring a detective. He's like, I'm hiring a detective. I'm hiring a detective to find my long lost husband. I know I'm.
You might want this. Got my attention, Captain. Of course.
See how many guns he got. He got a lot of guns. Okay.
Yes, right.
Alien stir fry. Okay. Looks like he cooked me a meal.
You seem to have weathered that trek well enough. Were you able to find anything at the facility? Not a lot to go on. Monica, anything you can do with this?
I can take a look. Oh, it's encoded. Made to look scrambled. And done badly. Looks like... there. Seems there were 2 of them. Oh my god. It's all here. The accidents, the kidnapping, Greg's attack. These 2, they did it all.
Any mention of who they are? They're not with the construction crew, are they?
No names. But there are a pair of ID numbers. They're with the Trackers Alliance.
The Alliance sent 2 bounty hunters? Here? But our bounties are all paid.
I'm not seeing an Alliance contract or documentation. I think this is off the books.
On or off book, trackers are bad news.
Oh, we are all keenly aware. So, a couple of trackers have decided to haunt us on their own free time. Why?
Doesn't say.
That certainly seems in the realm of possibility.
So then this is an easy fix. They're bounty hunters. We pay them to leave us alone.
And make ourselves a target for every other hunter in the universe. We need to take a stand.
Says the one guy physically incapable of taking one.
Oh.
We're not doing anything until we actually find them. Any mention in there of where our trackers might be now?
Sounds like they're on a supply run, outside the system.
Then we got a
You
little
can
time.
blow them up.
Given their background, and ours, I expect you're the only person here they might actually listen to. Would you be willing to act as an emissary on our behalf? I'm sure we can find a way to solve this issue, which won't require bloodshed.
Are you serious?
Let's just pay them and be done with it. I mean, we clearly need more manpower anyway. I'll hire them on as contractors.
To hell with that. We know where they live. Let's have our friend here. Drop on them and send them to the great beyond.
The last thing we need is the galaxy thinking that's how we solve our problems around here, Mr. D'Angelo. I would request you try to avoid any violence. But if you're looking for suggestions on how to proceed, well, it seems we've got opinions to spare.
I think there's a clear way to solve this. I think you should offer them money. And I'm willing. Here, all I have liquid at the moment. Hopefully it'll be enough. Take care, please.
These trackers have already shown they're willing to hurt. They've got all the necessities.
Baguettes. Oh man, we got soda pops, Rudy Root beer, Rudy Root.
Had to deal with my fair share of their kind over the years. You don't get into that job to make it rich. You get into it to be your own boss and prove how tough you are. So, my advice? Let them know that pushing around a bunch of counselors just makes them look like bullies, not tough. Be careful with those goons.
You looking for my suggestion? I don't think they're gonna respect anything other than force. But I think Sloane's not gonna be happy if you handle it that way.
Who's that?
No clue. You! Who are you and what the hell are you doing here? And just who the holy hell are you?
See? I told you Kilman was gonna lead them to us. Should have slit his throat when we had the chance.
Quiet. Listen, unless you're here to tell us those convicts have decided to close up shop, then we've got nothing to discuss.
I
couldn't care less about the cons. They can huff fish innards until they rot for all we care. But this retreat, if they actually succeed, keep criminals out of the bounty system, well, the galaxy probably doesn't need so many trackers at that point, does it? And then maybe the big boys like the UC and the Collective set up programs of their own, just like Helios. Put us all out of a job. Now, better to nip it in the bud now before it becomes a threat. Which is why I'm not interested in discussing anything except the date and time they're shutting their doors.
You can still run if you want.
See, that's where you're wrong. You're dead, you hear me?
Again soon, right?
I mean, yeah, you know, yeah. They were bad guys.
Ah, there you are. So, first things first, I need to say, well, thank you. And we are exceedingly grateful for it. It's just the situation you set right with the trackers. It's one we don't want to find ourselves in again. Luckily, we have someone, our founding donor in fact, who has offered to reach out to the Alliance, ensure their good behavior going forward. Before she does, however, she's asked for the details of what exactly occurred. I've already shared my own insights, but...
Oh, here we
well,
go.
She wants to talk to you, too. Is that something you might be amenable to? Ah, she'll be pleased to hear it. Head to Aquila City in the Cheyenne system. Check in with Justin Sneed, her security chief. And I would ask you to try and be polite. She's the only reason we're here.
And that must make you our guest. Please, take a seat. Now, you may already know who I am. Raisha Lance, CEO Laredo Firearms. And you, I know all about. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for the retreat. Truly, it's a project that's near and dear to my heart. I'm not the sole donor, but yes, the retreat is a project I've been trying to foster for some time now. My attempt to improve the plight of humanity, even if just in a minor way. Which is why I'm so thankful for your intervention on its behalf. Now, I presume Nevin already got you up to speed. I need details before I talk to the heads of the Trackers Alliance. Make sure their members understand the retreat's off limits. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just jump right into it. Lily here will be taking notes as we go. Now, Nevin said all the various incidents afflicting the retreat, they all stemmed from this pair of rogue bounty hunters. Do I have that right? Good. Lily, make sure we get a copy of all that, will you?
Yes, Miss Lance.
But Nevin did say you managed to get those two to leave the retreat alone. You mind my asking how you accomplished that? Well, I appreciate you putting yourself in harm's way like that. I'm interested in the details, though. How exactly did it all play out? Not known for being pushovers, that's for damn sure. Guess we got lucky you aren't either. So, only other thing I wanted to ask, and I'm just looking for an opinion here. Is there anything in your eyes that could have been done to prevent this happening?
That's an interesting thought. Perhaps another supervisor is the answer. Take a while to find the right person, though. But I will take it under advisement. But that should give me enough to present to the Alliance. Thank you for making the time. Now, what you did, well, it deserves something more than just a couple of firm thank yous. Here, I want you to have these. They're a rare make, but I think you've earned it. Now, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we went our separate ways? That's kind of you, but without your help, it might have stayed just a goal. You have my sincere thanks. Now if you'll excuse me, as you've seen, there's plenty to be done.
Ooh, I wanted that.
Another mine.
Alright, let me see this this new Peacemaker. If it's any if it's any good. The minute, see, pirate helmet, I think, yeah, you know, well, you know what, let me grab let me just grab another pirate suit in case we get. I guess we get, unless we get Andrea to switch up. Pirate sniper. All right, we got ourselves some pirate suits. man, 30 rounds is is hella annoying. He said he was on break though. Yeah, this Orion strong. It all started with a big bang.
Hey, so I'm really enjoying our time together. Thought you should know. It's been a long time since I worked with someone so closely. I didn't realize how much I missed it. And you haven't stopped me from looking into this stuff with Irvin either. So, thank you. See, that's what makes you a good captain in my book. You're supportive. On that note, I do have some news about Irvin's case.
Oh, here we go.
So, I wanted to let you know that I heard back from my contact, and I think you'll want to hear this.
I
They
really
sent me
don't.
a copy of some public records. It's interesting. There was a claim filed against Irvin, accusing him of damaging their investments. Looks like Irvin didn't even enter a plea. He wasn't even on the planet for the duration of the trial. I think they scared him off. Anyway, this mining corporation, Hephaestus, sued Irvin, claiming he irreparably damaged their mine. They said he killed the apex predators in the area around the mine, which led to herd creatures overeating the grasses. That caused the soils to release too many gases too fast, which cost Hephaestus a ton of money. Thank you. So, is this a cover-up? If so, of what? And why did it involve Irvin? So anyway, according to the court documents, there was a witness for the defense, who was a no-show too. Then Hephaestus won by default. They tried to take his apartment, but because it's in my name too, they couldn't. I didn't know he bought it. Must have been a better deal than renting for the time he was there. Kinda. I had a mountain of back taxes to pay, and utilities, and repairs. It would have been far better for my pockets had I just donated it to the city. But I'm glad I didn't. There may be clues there about his case. So here's what I was thinking. I can persuade my contact to keep digging a little bit more.
Oh man, you bought an apartment?
Press our luck, so I'll just ask them to follow up on one thing.
Like I know for a fact,
investigate the company more,
like in this space age, right? so you gotta
For that much
pay out
money,
all this doggone
they'll
money.
do it. You know, this investigation is time-consuming, but it's also pretty cathartic.
You know, you got a doggone
Maybe if we solve this case, it'll mean a better future for Gagarin. But that's thinking too far ahead. Anyway, Captain, thanks for checking in with me.
yeah. So
Sorry.
so yeah, you trying to get an apartment on Earth.
You should
It's
inspect your ship for heat leeches. Sure, how about it?
It's expensive out the wazoo. The free star vehicle. Oh, I got them. Got them. I probably could have taken that ship and modified it up, but
Hello, this is Mrs. Whitmore's 6th grade class. We are having a problem and need help. Oh, thank you. The school district is supposed to do maintenance on the ships, but our grav drive's cracked and leaking helium-3. The ship can't jump right now. What's helium-3? Helium-3 is a stable isotope of helium that is used as fuel for grav drives, Tashi. What's a grav drive? You know what a grav drive is, or you should. You wrote a paper on it.
I'm not sure Billy does know what a grav drive is.
Class, please talk quietly amongst yourselves. This is important. Do you have any extra ship parts? Let me see.
Mrs. Whitmore, who are you talking to?
Is it a pirate? Pirates? There are pirates? What? No. No pirates. Everyone is safe.
At least he could have been like a Marine. A volunteer pilot? How daring.
See? The authorities are here and they'll help us. Thank you. Now, everyone, settle down. The driver said ship parts should be sufficient for us to repair our ship. Thank you so much. Stay safe out there. Class, we'll be leaving shortly. Everyone, buckle in.
man, they got it. Why they got? Why they got They got school ships out here, though. That's hella dangerous.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Ambassador Ballsack. Going out for the snussy.
Not the ideal introduction.
See, he got the eyes for it, you know. He got good in that snake pussy.
Via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack Then the embassy was struck with a power surge, and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
You've got my word, too. I swear if this goes awry, there will be hell to pay.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. Let it be used for good.
How in the world has he been eating?
There you are. Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Who's gonna
Time for
come
us to
next?
start getting some real answers and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures.
Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Hello.
Need that guy's helmet.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
A place like this had to exist. I just never thought I'd actually be in it.
Logging, authorized entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
What? No magazines? Well, who's down for some small talk? Looks like we've got a volunteer here. Howdy, soldier. Want to compare war stories?
Yeah, they got a couple of porno mags in the corner. They got the Zootopia edition. They got the Sorry edition. Grab the Zootopia edition for me.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon. But most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here. A sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe, cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. It was an attempt by the United Colonies to solidify its own legacy, forging a new generation of great leaders. They were raised by adoptive families made up of scholars and tacticians, trained at the United Colonies' greatest scientific and military academies, displayed incredible promise. But by the time the Colony War came to a close, there was only Hadrian. But that's ancient history now. You have much more pressing matters at hand, with which I can help. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlays. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colonies' more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. Good. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity, the Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Finna say, come on, Bizarre.
Hey, you might want this. Excusez-moi. Oh, right. I nearly forgot. Here you go.
Is there a type of weapon competent?
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy. Surprised me too when I learned it, but the prisoner has proven useful over the years, and kept far from any major decision-making. But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this, all right? The Major doesn't have clearance for this sort of information, and she certainly doesn't need a distraction from her current, very important work. Which is why I need you to keep this. Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of
I
us.
can't wait to play.
Now, was there something in particular you needed to
You
discuss
know,
about
I done already smoked the
what
game
we
out,
were
but
just discussing? Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question, but bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return? Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting? The Den? It's a star station. Orbiting Wolf, the second star station actually to bear that title. The first one was blown to smithereens by House Varun during the Serpent's Crusade. The place has always acted as a remote strategic hub, primarily for repairing and refueling UC military vessels. But because of its distance from the rest of the UC, things there have always been a little more lax. Patrols included. I can think of worse places in the galaxy for
oh yeah, I gotta do Outer Worlds and then
Then I'll bid you good day, Captain, and remind you of the importance of discretion.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard. Oh, so you are. Sorry about that, Captain. People mistake us for peacekeepers most days. Wasn't expecting someone from the actual military. So, what can I do for you? Orlaise. Doesn't ring a bell. Anything you can tell me about him? A man? Living around Etheria. The gas giant. Only one ship like that I know of. Never docks. Doesn't respond to hails. They call it the Warlock. Maybe this Orlaise of yours is the one piloting it. I can give you the coordinates to its last sighted location if you want. Just, well, you'll need to be careful. A part of Etheria's sky is an old debris field. Plenty dangerous. More than a few scrappers heading out never came back. Sure thing. Here. This should get you pointed in the right direction. Go get your man.
stress reduction, bang your head here. That's funny.
If you're ever in New Atlantis, mind putting in a good word for me?
Welcome to the Trade Authority. I'm Marcel, and if there's anything I can do for you, please, do let me know. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis or Sidonia, but I will do my best to see that you leave here satisfied. And seeing as the Trade Authority is the only fully licensed operator for the Den, I'm afraid your alternatives are, shall we say, slim. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope this and all future interactions are profitable for both of us. Certainly.
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, watch.
Port is clear. We're docked.
Pilot emergency detected. Hatch override engaged. Error. File deletion cannot be completed. Ending process.
Oh man, he deleting his
Fair game.
This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.